On such a humid night, I would normally be remiss to be so close to the water of the ocean, but at least over here it's quieter. Quintus and his son are bickering with the captain of the Montana Border Control, and from the snippets I pick up, it's clear that the intent of the captain is to permit Quintus and his family to cross into Canada via less than legitimate persuasion. I had only met Q and his son a couple of days ago, and thus I had not known them long enough to have a great awareness of their financial well-being, especially post-collapse. Whether or not he can scrounge enough money together from what he has to bribe the guards, I don't know. All I am certain of is that the amount won't cover me, so we'll be parting ways soon. I thought Q was cute, in that single dad kind of way. He has enough charisma to at least draw a woman's eye from across a bar, and that was about it. It was always a tale of two traveling strangers with common interests and very little else. Down here by the ocean, I begin to think about when Montana wasn't the northernmost coastline state in the U.S. I had spent a few months back in '73 in Seattle for spring break. It was beautiful in that nostalgia-colored way. When cities have been gone and ages have passed since you've been in a coffee shop, that's when one can remember smog as beautifully as the sight of a lush green forest. I once had a conversation with my sister over what would be my first choice for a return trip on any vacation. And while I was spoiled for options back then, somehow I still think I would have picked Seattle. There are places in this nation where, regardless of their general stereotypes, climates, social trends, or whichever, you feel at peace, no matter what. In Seattle, there was a small park about 6 blocks from the Space Needle. Even calling it a park more than a corner is questionable. And I used to go there alone early in the morning before getting on with whatever vacation activities my family had planned. It was full of the sound of traffic, and it was covered with trash and sat next to a homeless encampment. But I never felt let down or off-put or disgusted or frustrated or unsafe. It was just calm. Now, I feel the wind picking up. The humidity increases. The guards yell and I see their thin silhouettes withdraw further from the shoreline. I'm sure in their minds and Q's mind, my staying put is seen as an admission of a desire to die. I can see him in my mind's eye, framed like one of those video dramas from when every American had a television, his hand outstretched as the music swells and he beckons for me to run. Maybe there's a happy ending, or it's a poignant tragedy foretelling things to come. But the apocalypse has already come and gone, and this is just the breath of life. I take it in. I hold it. Let it out slow enough to last and quick enough not to pop. It's no ritual, only pressure. And like any difference in the weather, knowing when it's time to panic and when there's no danger but intimidation is paramount. The rules of the world may have changed, but there are still rules, and thus one can learn from them. Here, the rule is not to fear the wind, it's to fear what it is carrying. There, on the shore so close to its origin, the gusts will do nothing to me. Those like Q, and the other immigrants and the guards, the more painful their deaths will be. I think of his little boy and try to clear the imagined pictures of his corpse from my head. I can't run after them. I'm here to survive. The wind dies. I pick up my backpack and march up the gravelly dune back to the checkpoint. The entire area has been flattened, and on the fringes of the fog, I can see the spiky balls Q and all the others have become, rolling back to return to the sea. I'll be gone before I even hear them roll behind me. They did not learn. I have.